Here today with Coach Craig Nairn of the Vanderbilt Industrial Cobras. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing really well. Thank you.
All right. So one of the things we're trying to do with these interviews is illustrate the different paths that coaches take to get where they are. So if you don't mind, take us through your coaching history.
All right. Well, in 2006, I believe, the summer of 2006, I was working in commercial irrigation in Austin. After I graduated college, I decided I didn't want to coach. Didn't think they made any money. Then my fiance at the time was a school teacher, and she was sleeping in the summertime, and I was putting in irrigation in 100-degree weather. And I thought, well, this isn't fun. So I put my resume on the Coach Association website, and I got a phone call out of the blue one day from Brent Davis when he was in Alice, Texas. And I went and interviewed on July 4th, and I got hired. So I started in Alice in 2006, and then we were there through 2009. And then Coach Davis left Alice and went to San Angelo Central. And so I went out there with Coach Davis, and I was at San Angelo Central till 2011 through that football season. And then I went to Flower Bluff and Corpus, and I coached defensive ends at Flower Bluff. And I did that for 3 years. And the defense coordinator job in Edna came open under Huey Chancellor in 2015, I believe, and I went there. So I coached Edna for 2 years till Coach Chancellor retired. And then I went to Gonzales for a year with Cody Crane, who was a DC at Alice and San Angelo when I was out there. And so I was in Gonzales for 1 year, but I was living in Edna and I was driving back and forth. And so it's a 70-mile commute. And when Coach Dixon got the Vanderbilt job, he was the OC at Giddings. They were in our district. And he had called me and asked if I'd be interested in going to Industrial, which Industrial is only 12 miles from Edna. So driving 12 versus 70 would seem like a better idea for me. So I came to Industrial, and been here for 4 football seasons, going on 5 now. And when Coach Dixon left to go to Blanco, they promoted me to athletic director, head football coach about a month ago, 2 months ago maybe. So that's how I wound up where I'm at.
So you've mentioned a lot of the names of the coaches that you've worked with, and in the coaching profession in Texas, it's a good mentorship environment. You may be competing against those guys now, but you're likely to be working with or for them in the future, and everyone kind of helps everyone to a certain extent. Talk about the role of networking and mentorship in Texas coaching.
That phone call I got from Brent Davis in late June, early July 2006 is like winning the young coaches lottery. I mean, I can't think of too many better guys to get a phone call from out of the blue and you don't know anything about anything. The network that guy has, the ability to communicate with coaches, the way he handles the coach's office, and then the way he handles you, and when it's downtime and you go hang out. I couldn't have picked a better guy to get started with. And then having Cody Crane and Kevin Crane there, and going with those guys who are top-notch people and great coaches. I mean, like I said, I feel like that I won the coaches lottery with that one phone call. I mean, how it would have been if I had gotten a different start. And then everywhere I've been at great places, with really good people. So I've been extremely fortunate, in my coaching career. The places I've been, the people I've met, the doors that have been opened. I'm just extremely fortunate for the people I've been around. So.
And now, well, as a coordinator, but now really as a head coach, you're in that position to be the mentor to the coaches across all the programs there at Industrial. So talk a little bit about what you do to mentor them.
Well, we've got several young coaches on our staff. We got a handful of guys in their first year, second year, third year, fourth year guys. And if they aren't successful, it's my fault. It's just like a player. If a player is not successful, what did I do wrong? Why did I not help those guys out? Same with these coaches. They get into this business and they don't like it and they leave after a year or two. I let them down somehow, or I didn't show them the way to do this properly. So, I mean, I think that you've got to take these guys under your wing. You got to be patient with them. At the same time, you got to be demanding and have high standards, but you got to let them know that you care and you're doing it for the right reasons and not just trying to browbeat people. Let them do their job. When you feel like they're not upholding the standards you've set, now we've got to correct them, get them back on path, and do so in a way that you treat them like an adult, but you also hold them accountable. And I think we've done a pretty good job here. We have one young coach who's leaving his GA job, at a college because of family reasons, which is understood. But everybody else is sticking around for one more year, giving it one more shot. So I guess we're doing something right. So we're just trying to teach them now, a little more X's and O's and how to manage the kids and those things. But so far, so good.
Now the Cobras in football have made the playoffs 4 consecutive years. What have you seen so far in the spring, and what do you think it look like for the fall?
We've had a good spring. Now you never know at our level till you put the pads on, what's going to happen. But we've had great attendance in our weight room sessions. We've been really doing well in 7-on-7, those things that we're participating in. We've got several kids who can throw and catch, so we know that going in. We just hope we can block and tackle, when you get the pads on and figure all that out. We've been fortunate the last 2 years at our level to have a freshman JV and varsity team. So we've had a lot of kids who played a lot of football the last 2 years. So that hopefully will translate to a solid winning program coming up. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But you never know till that Friday and first Friday in August shows up and you got the pads on if we're going to be any good or not. But right now we're really positive as to what's going to happen, that things are going to go our way more than they're not. So we're excited with our kids and their work ethic and how they're picking things up right now.
All right. Well, one more question before I let you go, Coach. Tell me one thing about you that most people don't know.
One thing about me most people don't know. Man, I'm pretty much old books. A lot of people know a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I've kind of gone through some. I took my time getting out of college. Let's just put it that way. I went to my 10-year reunion and I was still in college. So I had a good, solid 11 years there of a good time to get my life started. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball, a little behind the curve when it comes to, getting this coaching career going. But I wouldn't change a bit of it. I had a heck of a lot of fun and probably do it again if I had an opportunity. If I could take my wife and kids with me for a minute, do it. But no, that's about it. I spent a lot of time in college. Learned a lot about the social aspects of it all, more than the books of it all, but had a blast. And like I said, I wouldn't change it.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for your time today, and best of luck in the coming season.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Look forward to talking to you again.